the dispute between Reliance and Delhi Metro and how it reached Supreme Court. The Delhi government, which has a 50% stake in DMRC, had waded into the dispute in 2018 with Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal demanding an investigation by the CBI into alleged huge losses to the exchequer. Ending a protracted legal battle, a two-judge bench of the Supreme Court on Thursday, September 9, upheld a 2017 arbitration tribunal order to the Delhi Metro Rail Corporation to pay Anil Ambani-owned Reliance Infrastructure Rs 2,800 crore plus interest in connection with the termination of a contract to run the Airport Express line. The Delhi government, which has 50% stake in DMRC, had waded into the dispute in 2018 with Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal demanding an investigation by the CBI into alleged huge losses to the exchequer. The centre holds the other 50% stake in DMRC. In 2008, DMRC had signed a contract with Delhi Airport Metro Express Private Limited, DAMELP, promoted by Reliance Infrastructure related to the design, installation, commissioning, operation and maintenance of the line. This was the first PPP agreement signed by DMRC. DMRC Executive Director Corporate Communication Anuj Dayal said on Thursday the Honorable Supreme Court had pronounced judgment in the Airport Metro Express line today and the appeal DAMEPL had been allowed. The copy of the judgment is not yet uploaded on the Supreme Court's website. On receipt of the judgment copy, it will be analyzed for future course of action. Reliance Infra did not immediately respond to request for a comment. What is the history of Airport Express line of Delhi Metro? The 22.7 km Airport Express line, code-named Orange Line, runs between New Delhi Railway Station and Dwarka Sector 21 via IGI Airport Terminal 3. Built at a cost of 5,800 crore, it was opened in February 2011 after failing to meet the original launch deadline before the 2010 Commonwealth Games. The trains stop at three stations en route: Shivaji Stadium, Dhaula Kuan and Aero City. A commuter can get to the international airport from New Delhi railway station in the heart of the city in just 20 minutes. So what was the dispute about? The dispute between DMRC and DAMELP started little more than a year after the line became functional. On July 7, 2012, services of the line came to a halt with DMLP, which was just entrusted with running the trains, alleging serious technical defects in its construction. By then, Reliance Infra had also claimed that the line was suffering huge losses due to less than projected ridership. While the projection was 40,000 persons per day, the daily ridership stood at half that, around 20,000. This, DAMELP argued, was coming in the way of raising revenues through the other modes such as advertising, leasing out shops to retailers and property development. And when did DAMEL exit the contract? As per the agreement, DAMEL was supposed to run the line for 30 years. However, on October 8, 2012, DAMEL served a termination notice on DMRC, citing issues related to financial viability and alleged failure on the part of the corporation to fix the defects in the construction. DMRC disputed the notice and referred the matter for arbitration proceedings. Even as these proceedings were underway, DAMEL restarted services on the line in January 2013. However, it wrote DMRC on June 27, 2013, announcing that it would not be able to run the line from the midnight of June 30. DMRC then took over the operation of the line. As per the terms of the contract, the line was remained functional and DMRC had claimed that it has managed a turnaround in terms of ridership. What was the verdict of the arbitration tribunal? In May 2017, the tribunal ruled in favor of DAMELP and directed DMRC to pay Rs 2,950 crore as compensation along with interest. Reliance Infra put the total amount due to it at the time of around 4,500 crore. Earlier in 2014, then Attorney General Mukul Rohtagi had opined based on a reference from the centre that the DMRC should pay damages to DAMELP. The DMRC challenged the tribunal order in the Delhi High Court but got no relief. Subsequently, a division bench of the court set aside the court order, following which Reliance Infra filed an appeal in the Supreme Court. The verdict came on Thursday. What were the termination clause in the contract? They said that upon termination of the contract, even in the event of default of DAMEL's part, the DMRC shall pay it to the concessionaire by way of termination payment on amount equal to 80% of the debt due to concessionary. In the case of termination due to default on DMRC's part, the DMRC shall pay debt due 130% of the adjusted equity and appreciated value of the project assets if any acquired and installed on the project after the 10th anniversary of the COD commercial operations date or date of opening. What has been the position of the Delhi government? In March 2018, the Delhi government advisory body, which was at the time led by Ashish Khaitan, submitted a report that alleged the DMRC had willfully distorted the agreement with DAMEL to extend favors to Reliance Infrastructure, thus bleeding the public exchequer. The report claimed that the provision of the total project cost in the agreement, which is a standard in public-private partnership project as it caps the termination liability of the government, was removed by the DMRC. But it also claimed that the agreement had not even been cleared by the DMRC board. The willful omission of DMRC in the DAMEL is one of the main reasons why the private concessionary led by Anil Ambani Group had bagged such a large arbitral award to the detriment of the exchequer, the report said. Doing away with the TPC also allowed concessionary to indulge in gold plating of costs, which essentially means adding unnecessary feature beyond the scope of an agreement to the tune of rupees 500 crore, the report alleged. It added that the rate of interest on the payment of termination amount was enhanced to provide an unfair financial advantage to DAMEL. Further, there were serious multiple defects and lapses in the entire civil construction of DAMEL by the DMRC, which led to the termination of the agreement. Safety of passengers has also been seriously compromised. Both DMRC and Reliance Infra had refused to comment on the report. So what happened next? Armed with the report, Kejriwal wrote to the then Honorable Minister Rajnath Singh in July 2018 demanding a CBI probe into the matter. The entire episode would lead to an onerous burden of about 4,700 crore, which will have to be shared equally by the centre and the Delhi government. Yet the government of NCT of Delhi has no means of taking any preventive or corrective action, as the DMRC is neither answerable to it nor does it exercise any form of control or authority over DMRC, Kejriwal wrote. Thank you.